What's up, everybody? What's going on? My name is Jonathan, aka I go by KleinGuy Jon here on the channel. Welcome. This is COVID-19 Update 10. Now, it is April 21st, 2020. It is 3:30 p.m. here in the East Coast where I live and reside in Staten Island, New York. And of course, as always, every day, we're still going through the current pandemic. Things are starting to slightly look up, even though we still have counts of people coming in to the hospitals, in and out, and so forth. Our governor has informed us of some positive things. But we won't get into that until after the intro. Be right back. Hello. Welcome back. Sure you guys enjoyed that intro, hopefully. Did not? That's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. So, let's get right to it. So, our governor here in New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo, has put in some news. It was pretty short, the press conference that he had, the update. So, we're right now, we're at the flat, near the flat curve of everything, even though the numbers are increasing, but we've now had a pretty much slow down and a stop on, people coming into the hospitals and so forth, and the cases have slowed. But there are a lot more people still trying to recover and fight this virus. So, um, I want to give a big shout out to all the nurses, the doctors, environmental services workers that work in the hospital who change the bed sheets and whatever mess the patients or anything that happens in the hospital. Because they're also on the front lines. I'm gonna mention the first responders like the police officers, the FDNY, the ambulance, the paramedics. Um, Also, a big shout out to the food industry, the workers, the cashiers who work in supermarkets tirelessly. Yeah, I'm sorry, my words aren't that good. Good afternoon, KleinGuy, says Conan Man Studio. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you? So, also big shout out to the delivery truck drivers who deliver the food to the supermarkets, go back and forth. To the small shopkeepers, the clerks, the convenience stores for staying open during the time of need. The laundromats also stay open for those who need to wash their clothes, to do their laundry. I really appreciate that. I have a 24-hour, 7-day a week laundromat that's open, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And they are taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves. They're reducing the amount of people coming into the laundromats because they don't want it to be overcrowded. At least as I know of, 3 people to 4 people at a time, depending on the size of the laundromat, the cubic feet, you know, or how big it is. So, let me cut this off real quick because I have it on studio mode. My bad, and I have that on. Much better, right? I hope so. Gonna X this out real quick. Take a look at the chat. So Conan Man Studios here first. He says, "Good afternoon, KleinGuy Jon. I appreciate that." And those of you who just coming in, maybe you're just a silent watcher, but I can tell how many viewers are in here, anyways. It says 2. I'm being one of them because I'm actually watching my stream on my phone, checking out the chats. I do have a chat window as well here on my monitor. So what else I was gonna say? Jeez, I almost lost my train of thought. I'm losing my train of thought actually. So in other news, weather out here has changed, and as you can see already by the look of the resolution on the camera and the brightness, it was very cloudy. It was raining just a few minutes ago. Now it's cleared up. The sun's out. It's beaming through the curtains of my window. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's kind of getting bright and a little dim, bright and dim. That's the sunlight that's trying to beam through my window right now. So it's like, it's developing a contrast right now. So yeah, we had a bit of a small short rainy day today, which was great. Cat in the Box equals Chinese food. equals Chinese food. What? What are you talking about, Conan Man? Cat in a Box equals eagles and Chinese foods. Are you trying to say Chinese? Are you just trying to say that Chinese restaurants are like? Is that what you're trying to imply, dude? Like, what the heck? Okay, whoa, all right. Well, now that you mentioned that, I did have a friend in high school. Oops. Wow, a long time ago. His family owned I think 3. No, was it 3 or 2? God, it was such a long time ago. I can barely remember. But not knocking on this, and I know this doesn't happen with all Chinese restaurants here in our state or anywhere else. But there are some that are pretty bad, and I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna mention who it is because I don't want to, get he or she in trouble. But I remember, wow, this was I think my 3rd or 2nd year. I think it was sometime between I think it was my sophomore or junior year in high school. He told me that there's the restaurant that his family. He told me the name of the restaurant his family owns and where they were, and he was telling me yeah, stay away from them. And I say, why? And he was like, trust me, you don't want to eat the meat there. So I was so curious. I kind of like, I kind of asking him why don't he want me to eat there? Like, what's up with what's wrong with them? And of course he's like, yeah, he eats freaking they cook animals like pigeons for chicken and sometimes like stray cats. And I'm like, are you serious? That's so no way. Well, that was a long time ago, but I doubt that's happening as much as it did back then. Um, because that would be illegal, obviously, and they would have been out of business. But I don't know how they're doing now. I have no idea. I don't know if they're still doing it or not. I mean, I probably doubt it, but I didn't believe him at first. To be honest, I thought it was kind of a joke, or he was just saying that to, I don't know, maybe he had like a thing with his family. I don't know. I don't know. One restaurant down here in the 80s got caught. Whoa, you're kidding me. My friend's wife said one time, I don't need cat any. Wow. 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 Damn. That was the 80s, dude. Wow, that was a long time ago. That was a long, long time ago. Wow. What time it was in the 80s, I probably wasn't even around yet. Definitely probably. I was born in the late 80s, 88. I'm an 88 baby, so I wouldn't really know. But yeah, that's crazy. That is pretty wild. So, so what's going on, guys? This is a COVID-19 update. I want to know what everybody's going through right now, what they're experiencing, how's everybody doing, how's the family, how's the kids, how's the wife, how's the husband, how's your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents. Have you been keeping communication? I want to know. Let's talk. Let's be there for one another. If you want to talk about other things too, we can talk about other things. We can talk about tools. We can talk about games. We can talk about movies. Whatever you want. It's a this is just an update to keep everybody at ease, keep their mind at ease of what's going on and stuff. Coleman says I thought it was supposed to be New Tool Tuesday. So what do you think? Didn't talk about? Oh, so we're not doing Tool Review Tuesday today. I just started filming today. Actually, yesterday, a little bit actually, and I'm in the process of getting to filming the new Tool Review Tuesday video for next week Tuesday. So what I'm going to start doing is I have thought it over, and I thought maybe it'd be easier instead of doing it every week, because it is pretty hard because I have to come up with ideas. I gotta write a summary. I gotta make sure that I don't leave anything out in the video. I gotta take photos of the tool that I'm doing to review. I gotta make a thumbnail. I have to I gotta think of I gotta look at the camera angles, the lighting, all that stuff. And then while doing videos, I have to do a couple of takes. After I'm done with the video, I have to edit, which takes hours, sometimes even days to finish. So it's and I'm by myself. I'm by myself. I hit the microphone, by the way. So I'm by myself. I'm doing all this on my own. I don't have a staff now, or anything like that. I mean, I'm an electrician here in New York City. I also am a certified HVAC technician. I have my universal EPA card, preventive maintenance card, 410A handling a 410A refrigerant card, a 4-hour scaffold user card, OSHA 10 and OSHA 30 card. I have all those credentials, those requirements that I need. So it's not like I own a business or anything like that. I'm not a contractor. I'm not a licensed contractor. Here in New York, especially here in New York City, if you want to be a licensed electrician, there's no journeyman licensed journeyman. Only up in upstate New York they have that. Here in New York City, in the 5 boroughs, that you cannot take a test for that here in New York City. You have to take a master electrician's license, a contractor's license exam. In other words, if you want to be a licensed electrician, you have to open up a business, and you have to have insurance and everything. You have to be insured. So it's tough. Now, I don't, like I said, I don't own a business. I'm not a licensed contractor. I hold only a 800-hour certificate for electrical and advanced electrical course that I took to get into the trade. That's about it. And yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't have a staff. I'm by myself doing these videos, working on my channel. I did have a cameraman. My brother used to be my cameraman from time to time, and now he's unavailable. Because he's working now. He's got a steady job. He's got and actually a demanding job where he's working great shifts, so he doesn't really have the time. He lives out in Jersey. I live here in Staten Island. He doesn't drive. He takes public transportation. I don't have a vehicle. I take public transportation, so it's kind of hard to like schedule between. And when he's off, it's like today, actually today, yesterday and today he's off. He should be off today, but he's staying indoors during the quarantine. So let me see. Cone message: do you have to find a cat? Do I have to find a cat? Do I have to find a cat? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of smiley faces there, Kona. I'm not sure what you mean there. So going back to it now, once in a while I have my dad, who lives next door to me, help me do some videos. You guys know who he is. He goes by Papa John, as stated from Vince at VCG Construction, who he calls him that. His actual name is Jose. He comes and helps me do videos, and like you guys seen previously, I did a video demonstration of Makita, two Makita drills and a Makita versus a Milwaukee M12. They're laughing faces. Yeah, I know they're laughing faces. It's just that I'm not sure what you mean, dude. I'm sorry. I may be a little slow. Do you have to find a cat? Do I have to find a cat? Or do you mean, do I have a cat? No. If you're trying to ask me if I have a cat, no, I don't have a cat. I don't own pets. I'm actually allergic to cats. Their fur, they collect a lot of dander. I blew up. And then I'm also allergic to dogs, but not to the extent of their fur, to the extent of their saliva. In other words, if I get licked, I start to get like, rash and, breakouts and stuff like that. And it starts to itch really bad. But that's why whenever my dad's dog comes over and she licks me and stuff, I right away go wash my face or wash my hands. That way it doesn't start to spread. And it gets pretty bad, especially around my neck. It gets really bad. So yeah, I'm by myself basically doing videos, streaming with you guys. Now if my dad ends up retiring, because my thought was maybe if my dad ends up retiring, hasn't done much to do before he leaves here, because he's retired. He'll be retiring in a couple of years. I think in about 4 years from now he'll be retiring. 3 to 4 years, depending on what he wants to do. And if he decides to retire, he wants to move out to Georgia and stay with family there until he gets his own place and what have you, because they have guess they have a spare bedroom for him and stuff to stay in until he gets his own place, whatnot. But my thing was, if he's smart enough, he would stay here for maybe another year or two, make some money, and then move out. And in the meantime, maybe he can help me out, do videos, record, and stuff like that. But that's called completely up to my dad. I don't have, like I said, I don't have a crew. I'm by myself. I'm doing all these videos, the editing. It's crazy for one person to do. Unlike Vince from VCG, he has Nick. He's got Nick Campbell, his go-to guy who does all the videos. He's a cinematographer on his channel. He does all the recordings. He does all the editing. While Vince is engaging with all of us, with you, with me, with everybody. He's engaging. He's showing everybody demonstrations. He's really getting into his videos and trying to engage and connect with you guys, connect with all of us. And he has a personality, which works great for his channel. Also, you got Chris Conkle at Construction Cronies. He's by himself. He has a array of equipment that he uses. He's got his own studio, which is awesome because it makes it a little much easier for him to do all his his effects and all the stuff that he needs for his channel and develop more content on, which is awesome. The guy is great. He's got a lot of information about the construction industry and some how-to. So If you haven't already gone to his channel, subscribe, go down to his channel, check out his videos, and you like his videos, smash that like button, tell him I sent you, and subscribe to his channel, and then tap the bell notification for his for future notifications of videos. So let's go to the chat here. Hey, speaking of the devil, he's here right now on the channel. Chris Conco, aka Construction Cronies, he's here. Talk about timing, John, man. What's up, dude? Wow, awesome, man. I was just talking about you, letting people know to go to your channel. You know, just comparing. I was just like doing a little comparison where, you know, we're talking about you know, because Conan Man was just referring to how, you know, no tool review Tuesday, and I said, well, I'm you know, I'm starting now to do some filming. I'm writing out some summaries, some outlines and stuff like that for the next tool review. So it takes a lot of work, and sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes my videos, and when I post them, I look at them and I say, man, that was terrible, but you know what, like, whatever, it is what it is, and it's out there now. So as long as I'm informing people about, you know, different tools and stuff like that, and they can also use in the field. Looks good, sounds good, nice and smooth. Good job, bro. Thank you so much, man. Yo, I have to really thank you for helping me out, like, sort this out and give me the advice that I needed to do this, to do some like good live streaming, and it's worked out, man. And I just saw your just an hour before I came on. I was just watching your stream from last night, and thanks for, you know, sending out. And I also got the receipt, by the way, and thanks for sending out the mixer, man. It's gonna be a while. I understand, because actually my fiance is sending me something, and she just got a notification saying it's on delay. So because of the whole, you know, the pandemic and COVID-19 issues here. So, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'll promise you that I will pay it forward. And I have not only just you, I have EJM Demon to pay it forward to as well, because he sent me out one of his stickers. And it's pretty cool. I actually have one on my laptop, and then one on my pack out from him, EJ Demon, alongside with VCG Construction stickers. So, and if EJ Demon is watching, thank you so much for the stickers, bro. I'm sorry I did the video sort of later on. I just had like a bunch of things to do, and I appreciate that. I promise to pay forward to you guys. And yeah, man. It's awesome, dude. I love it. You know, it's got a bit of a delay, but it's not you know, to me, I just feel it's way better than what I was. This software, OBS Studio, is way better than what I was dealing with before. And my next step right now would be actually getting a better laptop for streaming, because a buddy of mine I went to high school with, who does IT work and computers and stuff, he told me this laptop specifically is not meant for that, but since the software is working well with it, I just have to avoid a few things like overclocking the laptop and the hard drive, the CPU and everything. So you know, I try not to really go overclocking my laptop while I'm, you know, running the programs. That's why I want to get two laptops. One for specifically just for my live streams, and just one for, you know, editing videos and stuff like that, and then I can just transfer it over. I can just edit videos and whatever and use it for work, and just download everything for that purpose, and then just one for streaming only, you know. But yeah, man, after one, I wanted to dip in, smash the like button. Have a great day. Yo, dude, I appreciate you stopping by. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, dude, and have a great day, man. Take it easy, take care of the fam, and we'll see you, I guess, later tonight for your next Lita video live stream. So yeah, man, Construction Cronies is actually really cool guy, man. If you guys have not been on his channel, in fact, I dare you to go to his channel right now and watch all his videos that he's come out with. They're very good, very informative, and all his live streams. He's doing a Lita challenge. Lita, LEDA, stands for Live Every Day in April. So he's going every day live in April. Check it out. You don't want to miss it. He's got some cool information. If you got any questions about the construction trade as well, and you want to get more in depth with him, he will gladly do that with you. He will even teach you the hierarchy levels of the construction trade. What that means is that it's people basically, as you're coming in as a helper or first time, beginner in the construction trade, you're gonna be going through the steps of hierarchy, basically who you're gonna be working under, and who the person you're working under is answering to, and then above and beyond. So check them out. Don't hesitate to also subscribe to this channel, tap the bell notification, and tell him I sent you. Tell him KleinGuy Jon sent you. All right. So, man, this rain, it totally, it just like totally downpoured. Like I'm watching my camera from outside my monitor, and it's soaked out there. And it stopped. The sun came out. Now it's gone again. It's back to being cloudy and dark. So, yeah, the weather's a little funky out here. I'm not sure. Let's see. What is the weather like? We're 54 degrees. Well, let me update just to make sure. Yeah, here in Staten Island, it's 50. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually 49 degrees. The real feel is 57. Lower temperatures is 34. So the real feel. I'm sorry. Let me read that again. Real feel feels like 40 degrees. It's 49 here. But if I open up the app, let's see. In about a few minutes, the temperature is supposed to increase to 56, but I'm not seeing that really. And then later tonight, it's going to drop to 46. To the lowest will be 34 degrees by tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. here in the East Coast in New York. Wow. Wow. The weather forecast, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-day weather forecast here is actually a bit rainy. It's going to be very cloudy. It's going to be cloudy on Saturday and Sunday, between 56 to 51 degrees. And we have tomorrow, Wednesday, it's going to be 52. The only day that's going to be sunny here in New York. Wow, it's 81 degrees right now in Tampa. Dude, you guys are living up the freaking temperature out there, man. We're still in like the winter, the winter weather here, and it's supposed to be spring, and we're getting the rain right now, because usually around this time of the month, or this time around the year, we get a lot of rain because it's spring. It is what it is. But the temperatures don't get any warmer. They just kind of fluctuate up and down. But the majority of the time, it stays around in the late 30s, mid 40s, sometimes early 50s. So it's non-stop cold in my basement, of course, or my studio apartment. Oh man. So let me catch up with the chat here. Conan Man, you are. Oh wow, I just missed out a bunch. Trying to get my phone charged for tonight's vlog, The Sky Show Construction Chronicles. I have to watch it then. All right, just go to man. Oh man. Man, you know what I really miss though? I do miss going to work, for one. But what I miss more is actually just working with my tools. And just, I really want to do some more collaboration work. I really like with BCG construction. We're now, we were kind of like friends and stuff, and we've been, keeping tabs, I guess, with one another, as well as construction cronies. And hopefully one day he comes down to New York one day, gives me a heads up, so we could do something like a real quick collaboration video or something together. That would be pretty cool. But I'm looking forward more to like doing with other YouTube creators. But hopefully, when things ease down with this whole, with the whole pandemic going on, and things go back to normal, hopefully I'll have the time to do so, or all of us will have time to do that. Because this feels like an extended vacation in a sense, but it's kind of I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of like a boring vacation. But at the same time, it's kind of the time that I can make with doing my videos, organizing at home, things I couldn't do while I was working. Because the time when I would work, I do my 8 hours and then come home, and it takes me about an hour to an hour 45 minutes to get home because I use public transportation. and that there is also another hassle to do, because then I have to deal with the wait times. I got to deal with being in line. I got to deal with people sometimes being just rude people in the subways or in the buses, and it's tiring. It gets a little tiring. Some people ask me, "Oh, well, why do you do it? Why do you have to live so far from where you work?" I mean, I like where I live. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the area that I live in, and yeah, it sucks. I have to take public transportation, and I don't have my own vehicle because I can't afford my own vehicle. And I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I can't. I just don't have it in my budget, um, and that's okay for now. But later in the future, eventually I will have my own car and get around and stuff like that. Um, maybe even possibly do some more side work. Who knows? I can also do more video content wherever I do some side work. I really want to do more videos, and unfortunately, I had stopped doing videos while I'm at work. Only in certain points, if I'm like by myself, like a service call, doing by myself, and it's like putting up a light fixture in a commercial building or whatever, and I'm all alone. Then I'll do like a video like that. But when it comes down to like videos where I'm on a construction site, like let's say for instance the current construction site that I was on in Times Square, I can't do that. I have to have actual permission to, from people around me and say, hey, look, I'm gonna do a video, or but majority of the time there's no time to do that because we're around the clock and we have to do we have to do the work. So it's hard because I really liked to do that, but I'm steering away from doing service calls now because of the whole. It's becoming more and more stressful because I have to look for parking constantly, or I have to leave much early from home, go to the shop, grab the van, wait till whoever opens the shop up to get my clipboard, my service tickets, to get more info on the job, because even though I get an email about which service calls I go to, they don't really exactly put as much detail as I need. Like, I need more information. Like, did this person turn on the power? Did they turn it off? Did they hear a breaker go off? Did something short out? Did whatever they plugged into, is it stopped working because of the short out? What is it? That way I can collect that data and I can determine whether or not, okay, it'll probably need to be replaced, need repairs, or maybe we got to run a new wire, whatever. That way I can get that idea. I can get that idea in my head, and I can have what I need in my van and, get it done. When it comes to service call doing it in Manhattan, it's really tough because sometimes I'm walking into something I don't know what to expect on until I troubleshoot and figured out the problem. I'll come up with a solution, and to that point, when I have a solution, when I have an idea how to determine to fix the problem, it becomes that problem becomes where, what I'm trying to say is, the next course of action is getting the material, the proper material, and the right stuff. Sometimes I don't have it in the van. I have to go to a supply house, and supply houses are sometimes like 2 miles, 3 miles away. That means I have to leave my parking spot, go to the supply house, come back, and look for parking again. Because New York City is like, you have to, in reality, you have to get as much this is my opinion. You need as much information as possible from the client, okay? And determine whether, okay, this person needs to replace the outlet. We asked the customer, we asked the customer to check the panel. Nothing's tripped, no breakers are tripped. Find out why there's no power, and so on. Or we asked the customer to check the breaker panel, check anything that may be plugged into that's nearby that outlet that could possibly be sharing the circuit, or maybe you have too many things plugged in. Whatever the case may be, it's supposed to be in that way because other companies I work for have done that. they would get as much information as they can as possible from the client. And it's like sometimes where, you know, I'm here from guys as well, like they'll walk into a situation where like we didn't get that much information from the client, we don't know what's going on, and they're telling us, can you just check that outlet? Okay, no problem. Check the outlet. Okay, you got power. What's the problem? My toaster's not working in it. It doesn't want. There's power, but this doesn't. My toaster's not working. All right, then we end up just the only closest thing we could troubleshoot to a toaster is check the the continuity of, or if it's, or maybe if there's something burnt in it. If we look inside just by visually looking inside and it doesn't work, or it doesn't work on all the other outlets, and it could be possible you have a faulty toaster. Maybe you need to replace the toaster or the coffee maker and so forth. So I get a lot of, I see a lot of that on YouTube, especially. There's other like electricians on YouTube that actually do service or specialize in service calls, and they will get ridiculous service calls like that, like, oh, a toaster or a coffee maker or microwave doesn't seem to work, and it's not the outlet, it's the appliance, you know. And then they'll have the customer say, well, that's impossible, it's brand new and this and that. It happens. Manufacturer, you know, flaw, a faulty unit, you know, it happens. That's all. Or sometimes they'll plug it into an outlet and it requires, it may look like a typical regular plug, but you'll need a special outlet for it. Like, let's say it's 208, or yeah, like 220 or 208, you know, and you're like, oh, it's not working. I don't know why. It's not turning on. Then you go there and you realize, well, manufacturing label says it's a 220 or 208, you know, or yeah, 220, and be like, oh, okay, so what do we do? Change the outlet. We have to run a new circuit. We have to convert one of the neutrals to a hot, two hots and a ground. Whatever. I mean, it happens. It does happen. It's none of my business how much does it cost for rent, and what do you get for the rent up there? You gotta be kidding me. They're not that smart, are they? Yeah, we run into some clients here in Manhattan. There are like that. And they're pretty wealthy. They have a nice apartment. They live in a high rise, and it'll be like, for instance, a light switch. I remember I did a service call for a light switch, and it was actually some misinformation where they told me it had to be a toggle switch. Change it out from that previous one to this new one that they gave me, a single pole switch. And when I got there, it was actually a dimmer. And I said, okay, let me take out the dimmer, look at the label, and see if it's compatible with their chandelier, which has incandescent bulbs. Sure enough, the dimmer was old, and not only that, it burnt out because it wasn't compatible to incandescent bulbs. It was only compatible with LEDs. But it was an older model, and it burnt out. So, as I'm trying to explain to the customer why, they're sitting there like, huh? What? But it's still like a dimmer. And I go, okay, ma'am or sir, this dimmer is only compatible with LED bulbs, not incandescents. So I would literally, they'll just look at me like, what's the difference? I'm like, take a ladder, now I have to take a ladder, go up onto the chandelier, unscrew the incandescent bulb, and show them exactly what an incandescent bulb looks like compared to an LED bulb. Then they're like, oh, why didn't you tell me that sooner? And again, you wouldn't believe how much the amount of like patience I have with people who do that, who are like that. And it's obviously that they know nothing about bulbs, obviously, or lighting or whatsoever. They just assume that, okay, switch there, light there, boom, it works. I mean, so I asked her, did us did we, the company I work for, work on this, install this, or did another contractor do this? She said it was the super. And apparently, when you have supers who do work like that and don't read or understand manufacturing compatibilities, they're most likely going to put in something that isn't compatible with whatever it is that's putting it onto a load and damaging the equipment or the device, and could possibly cause a short, spark or whatever, could possibly cause a fire. That's why you never. I mean, here's the thing: with supers in buildings, especially in high-rise buildings, if you don't know or you're not comfortable at what you're doing or doing electrical work, any type of electrical work, call a contractor. Okay, you may have some. Now, mind you, I know a few supers that they know the basics of of how an electrical circuit works, how switches work, how they're wired. But there are some that will come to me and honestly say, "Look, I know some about electrical, but I don't know how to put a dimmer in. I don't know how to wire a dimmer. Can you put it in?" No problem. You know, heck, you could stand right next to me and I can show you how to wire it up and what to look for and how to read the specs. That's it. It's fine to have a super over your shoulder who wants to learn, so that way in the future he can, in an emergency, if they can't get a contractor, the super's there to go fix the problem if it's like a small little issue or an emergency. It works both ways. I mean, how much does it cost for rent, and what do you get for the rent up there? Wow, it varies. But rent up here is very expensive. For me, I was quite fortunate. My rent is pretty cheap. I'm not gonna say the number really. It's definitely below $1,000 for me to rent this small studio. Anything bigger than that goes for 1,000 to 1,700. If you're looking for something that's like a 1 bedroom, full size apartment, or 2 bedroom. In cases of like a 3 bedroom and up, you're paying at least from 1,700 to 25, maybe $2,800. It's expensive. And then if you're then that's like in like the other 4 or 5 boroughs, partially Manhattan, like Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, and parts of Staten Island. It's around 1,700 to 25 to 2,800 of rent, depending on the size and how many rooms. And in the city, well, you're paying at least around 2,800 to probably $1 million range, $1 million range, because you're going from low income housing to high rise residential multi-million-dollar buildings or apartments and penthouses. So it's very expensive. It's very expensive, and you have to at least make the average. Let's see here. The average. I could show you guys right now. The average electrician. Let's see here. What is cost of living? Let's just put down cost of living in NYC. Right? Okay, so I'm gonna show you the numbers. Let me just I don't know which one it is actually. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so here are the numbers. So 1887 East 18th Street, cost of living. right? Housing's 294.3 to 132.1. I'm not really sure what that means. Oh, median home cost is 680,500. Well, I don't know if this is, yeah, utilities is $150.50 to 115.90 for more rows. So yeah, this is basically cost of this is insurance, um, rent. 187.2. Uh, so the median home price in New York is 680,500. Housing is the biggest factor in the cost of living difference. This is over at Realtor.com. 18. This is the address to 1887 East 18th Street. Let's see. Overall, New York, USA, utilities. No thanks. Okay, so here's a chart. Average rent by bedroom size. So I fall right here, 820. So it ranges to $821. This is where I fall at right now. A studio. That's where I fall. That's where I am. They got other studios in Manhattan. Larger studio apartments go for $1,189. 1439 for New York and New Jersey city metro area, and of course, I guess depending on, this is the cost of rent, people who in state of New York, New York City, both New York and New Jersey, and then the United States. So I'm like right here. This is where I'm at. For one bedrooms right here, you got New York State, you're paying $1,788. New York City, $1,586. I'm assuming the orange is New York State or New York in itself in entirety. I'm guessing. Let me see. The average rent bedroom size. Yeah, it looks like that's what it is. So New Jersey, New York City metro area, which is where I'm pretty much considered. That's where studio apartments are. So a studio to a 4-bedroom apartment, in my case, or so, is that much. That's the highest, $2,124. It is ridiculously expensive here, living out here. So, and the average electrician, I'm going to show you that right now. What does the average electrician make? Let's put down average cost of or electrician salary NYC right here. Okay, so electrician here makes about 37,000 to 74,000 per year. That's the average scale. So entry level education, high school diploma or equivalent, you can have, as you don't have to have like a college degree unless you came from college and decided to learn the trade. That's fine. Projected 10-year growth is 14% from 2014. And number of jobs is 628,800 from 2014. So it's how many jobs there were then that increased. So this is the range. So electrician, that's non-union, makes $37,700 or $74,000 a year. Union electricians from salary.com range from about $57,000 to $90,000 per year. And of course, a master electrician pay scale from payscale.com. I don't know where this one, like contractors and stuff, from master electrician makes $20 to $59 per hour. I do not make, well, actually I make in between this much, between 37,000 and 74. I make that much, and I still cannot afford to buy a house yet. Because everyone's situation is different. They're not all the same. I have student loans. I got other things I got to pay for. Now the student loans, as of right now, I'm hearing that from, of course, my dad also pays student loans because he went to school for trade school and stuff, and we pay through the same agency, or whatever you may call it. So he had just told me that they stopped. They put a hold on student loan payments for 6 months. I haven't gotten the letter yet, so I have to go check my mailbox and find out if that's true or not. What do we got here? So yeah, I make this much, but like I said, you don't see me driving around with a freaking Miata or a big house. This is where I end up. It's a dog eat dog world here in New York City when it comes to like looking for a job and cost of living. It's expensive. Now I did consider in the past living and working out in Arizona. Always wanted to do that. I have two guys that I knew I graduated with at Lincoln Tech that I think one of them still lives there. He does HVAC work and he makes a boatload of money. And when we graduated, he invited me to come with him down there, but I didn't have the means, the money, or anything because I didn't have a job. I mean, I did, but it wasn't like a good paying job. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, so I wasn't making that much money at all, and I didn't have the means to go and just jump in the car with him and just move out there and stuff like that. That would be ridiculous. So yeah, that's what it is. That's the estimated number of the salary estimate of what electricians make here in New York City. And New York City is the top state, the number one state of electricians that make a lot more than pretty much any other state. But the only reason for that is because of the cost of living. It's high, so we have to make a high income, or at least somewhere in between to like at least make it. Now, if you're making, I don't know, like I was when I started out, and luckily I had my dad with me at the time, and he's still around. When I first started, I was only making $15,000. That's nothing. That is so low because I started out as an apprentice. That's how I started out as, and within 4 to 5 years, my salary went up. And right now I'm at the average. I'm at the average right now. I'm in between these numbers, so it's a good thing. But it doesn't mean I'm driving around. I don't have. It doesn't mean I have a car. It doesn't mean I have a big house. Unless you're investing wisely, then yes. Me, on the other hand, I do have stocks. I very careful about how much money goes into it. I'm checking it constantly every day, making sure, like, as of right now, my 401k is also in the money market and in the market and stuff like that. So I'm getting money. It's, depending on the stock market and stuff, it's fluctuating either up, it's going down. So I'm constantly every day, once a day, keeping an eye on my retirement and making sure that it doesn't go to a point where it goes to like $100 or more, or even less than at least 8,000 or so. So I'm keeping an eye on that because it's very important to have that when I retire. I do have other stocks. I have an Acorns account, which I put money. I invest at least $15 whenever I get a chance to. Whenever I, at any time to invest on stocks like in McDonald's or I'm just saying examples like McDonald's, Best Buy, or Bitcoin. People are doing a lot of Bitcoins as well. So I do have stocks. I have CD account. You got to be smart when it comes to if you're starting out as an apprentice. And I want to actually point this out to apprentices as well. And during a pandemic like this that we're experiencing, here's my advice: if you have some money right now, and you just got one bank account, okay, and let's say, for instance, you got a good settling amount of money, like let's say you got over $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, somewhere in that range, or you got $2,000 or $1,000. Open another account, open another bank account. Look at their rates. Open like a CD account, for instance. Look at the rates. Look at their interests, the interest rates as well. and the APRs, you know, and see what matches. What's the good, what what's the good what do you want to go for, like an IRA account. I went for a CD account, so every 3 months I have to renew my account, right? Or I have it actually automated, so every 3 months it automatically renews for another 3 months, right? There we go. So every 3 months, let's say I put $50 in on a CD account. Every 3 months, I'm making, like, every month or so, to at least, I think, twice, twice or quarterly, that it goes. Oh, wait, how does it work again? I think I got that confused with something else. Yeah. So every month, it actually, what it does, it's I get interest. Like, I'll get like 4 cents, 10 cents, 25, 50, 85, sometimes $1. Um, and every month it'll do that. It'll develop as long as you don't touch the CD account. If you don't touch the CD account, you're good. You could still put in money into the CD account to increase your, increase the amounts, increase your savings. But it's always good to have it as well, because on a, like, for instance, on a rainy day, let's say you've got like 10,000, you invest like $50, and you put every 3 months $50 gets put in, and then you get an increase of interest as well along with it. You start making some money that way. As long as you don't touch or withdraw any money from that account, you're good. Another one is an IRA account. You can have your own personal IRA account. You can start off with like $100, $300, depending on like which bank it is that you're with, or depending on how much they want you to put a minimum as. If the minimum is $200 or $250, you start off with $200 or $250. You got to go by their minimum. If you go below their minimum, you're not going to be able to open an account, and they're going to want you to put more money in. But never also take out money from your IRA account. Try not to, unless you're in like dire, like really, really dire straits, and to a point where you just like you got to pay your rent, or you got to pay food, you got to pay some bills or whatever as like an emergency. Sure, yeah, take it out, but then now you're gonna be charged interest, and you have to pay that money back into your account. So be sure you're ready. You have some. Maybe you can even open like a different, like a separate bank account, like a savings or checkings. Me, on the other hand, I opened a separate bank account, checking and savings, and a CD account. That way, whatever money I put in on my CD account, or sometimes if I get, I'll just put in like $15 into my savings account or to my checkings equally. I just have some money there put in. Plus, the checking account that I have, make sure you go to a bank that actually, like, if you open an account and you want to have a checking and savings and a CD or IRA, but you don't touch the money, you just want to keep putting in money, go for an account where the CD and IRA will give you interest, and plus your checking account as well. See if they have a checking account that adds interest if you don't touch anything to it. All right, that is even a plus. So you'll just you'll make even more money. More money will put in your account without you actually doing not much work. If you think about it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been like investing as well. Investing also takes money, so you have to put money into it in order to see it grow in your portfolio when it comes down to also stocks and stock portfolio. But you got to really keep an eye on them. You got to really keep an eye on it. And normally I never wanted to go into stocks. I only have I have an Acorn account, and then on my retirement account within the company that I'm working for, they provide a retirement 401k. It depends on the stock market. It really gambles on the stock market, and you can adjust it. You can adjust the percentage of how much you want put in to different, to different stocks and different, or you can just, do if you have like an accountant, or maybe an accountant or someone who is an accountant, you can go to them for advice on how you want to, budget things and how you want to save money. And what's the best? Should I invest in stocks now? Is it a good time, or is it a bad time? Should I invest on an IRA account or a CD account? It's always good to do that. If you're starting off, like you're starting as a first-year helper or a first-year apprentice, and you don't trust the stock market, or you just don't understand it, or I'm sorry, give me 1 second. The comments here is, I want to hear your dad. I want to hear your dad. Yeah, he wants to move. We'll get to that in a second. So if you're like an apprentice or helper, that's like, yeah, open a bank account. If you have one right now, see if your bank can, see if your bank does CD accounts or IRA account. I would probably steer more to a CD account if you're just starting off. Go for a CD account because you could put whatever amount. I mean, I guess it depends on the bank, but with because I have a Bethpage credit union. How I found about them, they came to a union. When I was in the union, they were there at the union meeting, the union hall meeting, and they offered like free checkings and savings accounts. So I opened an account with them, and ever since I've been with them ever since. And I just recently opened a CD account with them. So whatever money that's been adding up in there, it's in there. It's good to open a CD account because at the time I was a second-year apprentice. I opened a CD. I opened that account, and the checking account. They would add interest on checking account as long as you don't use your checking account as often, and you're willing to just make small, like kind of like a credit card. Think of it as a credit card. You can make smaller purchases. I would make like maybe $10 purchases with that card only, and not use it as much, and then put money back into it, and then the interest I will get interest for that. Basically, they'll put in a couple of cents into that account because I don't use it on expensive. I don't buy any major purchases or anything. It's similar to a bank account, but also not withdrawing money out, like taking it out to put in my pocket. So try to check out those interest rates, see what the percentages are, and what works for you. All right, because you want to during this time you want to like maybe take advantage of this time to open up an account and just kind of do your research and see who you want to go with best and take it from there. All right, I want to hear that. Yeah, so he wants to move to Georgia with my aunt and uncle. They have a house out there with a spare bedroom, so when he retires, he wants to move out there and then stay with them for a little bit until he can put some money together and then get his own place or find a place. So yeah, he wants that'll be his thing when he retires. He wants to enjoy the rest of retirement elsewhere, not here because it's too expensive, and it's too much going on here in New York. So, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's my dad. I want him to enjoy his retirement. So. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling, guys. It does get. I know sometimes it can get a little annoying. So, I'm just here to just at least try to help out those of you who are apprentices and helpers starting off and stuff. I mean, this is basically my reason why I made this channel, is to help the apprentice or / helper understand that when you're coming into a trade, I want them to get informed of, what to do and what not to do, and basically give them the information out about these tools that, what tool is good to have to start off with, and, what or how you want to start off with a bunch of tools, not with a bunch of tools, but like the basic stuff that you'll need for starters, like a pair of pliers, a Phillips and slotted screwdriver, and or a needle nose or wire stripper, and a small little budget tester. It's all you're gonna need as like a helper. If you have you can buy like a cheap analog or digital tester from hardware store. Just start off with that. You can start off with cheap tools. It doesn't have to be like name brand expensive tools. Just start off cheap, and then work your way. Sorry, no wonder your dad wants to move to Georgia. It's cheaper as long as he doesn't live in Atlanta. Well, he wants to live where they live. They live about a few miles away from Atlanta. I'd say about 20 minutes away from Atlanta. My aunt and uncle. They moved out of Puerto Rico right before. I think it was Jose or Maria or something like that hit. And Yeah, they moved out of there just in time before the hurricane hit Puerto Rico, and they've been good there ever since. The only member of my father's side of the family that I know of that still lives in Puerto Rico is my one of my cousins. My cousin who's married and she has her firstborn. They still live out there. They didn't want to come out here. Not sure why. Maybe because they also had, her husband's family there too, and he didn't want to leave. So I mean it's that's it that I agree. But they've I'm surprised that they're doing well. They're doing okay. They're doing all right. Um, so and it's been a long time since I've been to Puerto Rico, and very long time, very long time. So yeah, that's the reason why it's cheaper. It's quiet where they're at, and he just doesn't want to go through all the craziness. He wants to, before he moves, actually, he doesn't want to get a car. So he wants to get a car. He wants to drive out there, pretty much road trip out there, and stay down there. Because out there you do need a vehicle. It's not like here in New York where you can just take a bus around the corner and takes you wherever you want to go, or you can take a cab, or you can take an Uber, or you can take a train. It's very different, very different. So, but I'm hoping he'll be all right. He's gonna do all right. Okay, so just got a notification from Big Papa over on YouTube. He is doing the. Let me see here. I think that didn't show up either, did it? So I guess he's doing a review of the Milwaukee M12 Hacksaw paired with the Diablo pruning blade, model number DS0905FG. Okay, let me see. Uh-oh, my light went out. I don't know why that happened. I got power. Why did it turn off? There we go. There we go. Now you guys can see me. That's gonna happen sometimes. So let's see. Let me go to my screen here. All right, so this is his video. It says pack out layout. Look how he did. Yo, he did the pack out layout real nice. Look at that. It looks fire. Whoa. All right, so there it is. It's nice. I have that one. It's a really good little sawzall. It says Diablo pruning blade works well together. I really want to get the M18 version though. The M18 version, I heard, is a beast. I heard that thing's a beast. I don't even have it, and I want it. Okay, is he gonna cut anything with that, or? Oh, I'm gonna turn up my mic. Hold on, buddy. Sorry about that. There we go. What's he gonna do with that? What's he gonna cut? Turn off the background music real quick. Third one. Nice. Mm. Nice. Wow. He cut all that? That blade must be a freaking beast, man. Holy smokes. Hold on. I don't have a... Can you guys hear what he's saying or no? Just let me know. So he's been cutting up all these leaves. Let me see something. Oh man, I don't have the volume up this loud with this one. Hold on, I'm gonna fix this. Okay, hold on. I need to increase the... There's no volume here. That's odd. Okay, so I'm gonna open one up. Maybe if I...
Can't do that
There we go.
with a saw. I can't even do that with my Works jaw horse, if I'm saying that correctly, or jaw saw. And that is corded, but that is also a good saw as well.
Sorry about that. I didn't have
Here goes some more stuff.
I didn't have the volume
So that
on.
is where this pruning blade comes in very handy, not only, you know, for pruning branches as far as being able to stand up, but to also prune blades or prune branches or prune trees down to the root source. Okay, but if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, and smash that bell icon. So the next time I make a video, you'll be one of the first to see it. Until we meet again, peace.
Oh man,
Give
Big
you back a
Papa.
quick overview. There's stuff down there further as well. I'm on top of the hill, got a little mount so you can actually see a little better.
There we go. Got the sound on this one now. A lot better. Hopefully. Alright. Cool.
All right, guys. Peace.
That was cool. Oops, wait. Pack out layout. Did I pause it? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, look at that. He's got the pack out layouts. Look at this. He's got the brackets, the wall mounts. Yeah, that's what I need in my hallway. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And that's what I definitely need for me. Because okay. Custom audio. Yeah, this is it. How's it? How's that now? There we go. That's all it was. It was a problem with the audio connected to the microphone, so I had to disconnect, restart the camera to reactivate the microphone. It's all joined to the laptop. Sorry about that. I am so sorry. I got some noise, he said. Yeah, I hope you did. Back to being sunny out today. So let's see if I turn this light off. Let's see if the sunlight can actually provide some light in here. It's some. Mostly the sunlight beaming through, deflecting off the Venetian blinds off my window. It's providing some sunlight. But, you know, it doesn't have to have a little extra lighting, right? Why not? So, yeah, that was cool. If you haven't seen Big Papa, check him out on YouTube. He's got a pretty cool, he's like me. He's, he does all his his streams through his phone. He's got like so many tools. The guy has a garage full of like pack outs and DeWalt Tough system. I believe he has the DeWalt Tough system, or is it the Rigid? I think he has Rigid and DeWalt too. So yeah, he's got some good stuff, man. He goes. I think he goes after those deals. He's definitely getting those deals. That's how he's been getting them. Awesome channel. He's got an awesome channel. So go check out Big Papa on YouTube. I don't know why he's called Big Papa. It's just what he's called. He calls himself that. Not, I got nothing to do with that title. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's go check out the chats real quick. Let me pop it open. And it took over a minute to get my message. Still no sound. You gotta see my collection of hobby tools, remodels, and miniature paintings. You can do some miniature paintings, bro? That's cool. I'd like to see that. Why not? I'd like to see that. Hey, listen, if you're in the chat and you're still new to the channel and you like the chat, the stream so far, don't forget to subscribe. Clicking the subscribe button down below, alright? Don't forget. Just don't. Right. So, hold on 1 second. Let me just do a... Alright, so, man, this was cool. I hope everybody's doing okay. You guys are practicing safe social distancing. I don't know why I say social safe distancing, but safe social distancing. That's what I meant to say. Everybody's washing their hands, not touching their face. Wear your gloves, wear your masks. Just make sure whenever you go out for food, try not to touch your phone. I can't stress enough that some people that I'm even hearing on the news, how they're getting sick, even though they're wearing masks and gloves, it's obvious if they go out, they're touching their phone, they're touching other things with their glove to their phone, touching their face. That's how they're getting the virus. Please, 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 if you're going out to go grocery shopping, laundry, or getting the basic essentials needs in your home, whoever you talk to on your phone or text or conversate, whoever, let people closest to you know you're going out to go shopping. Can't use my phone. I will respond back to your text as soon as I'm done. As soon as I get home. Come back home when you're done shopping. Then go on your phone. Take off your gloves, wash your hands, whatever. Go on your phone. Then call whoever you need to call. Respond to whoever you need to respond to. Just be smart about it. I'm hearing now, even in the news, Denver's having a freaking, a protest about the stay-at-home order, and people don't want to stay home. They want to go back to work, which is ridiculous. Let me tell you something right now. They're causing so much traffic right now. It's hard for first responders, especially the paramedics, to go to get people who are sick or who are injured to the hospital to save their lives. I just recently saw on MSNBC and on CNN and the Washington Post a video of a woman, I guess, and her husband in a pickup truck, and a female and male nurse blocking their way with masks on and everything. And it's funny because I'm like, I'm watching it, and she brings out a sign, hits on her windshield, and says, this is not China. If you want to be a communist, go to China. This is the land of the free. Blah blah blah. I'm like, are you serious right now? Just looking at like how ridiculous these people sound. Look, I get that you people in Denver, most of you are home stir crazy. You want to go back to work. You want to make money. I get it. I get it. We all want to do that. I want to do that. We all want to do that. But we need to slow it down. We need to slow down this virus. We need to like not get other people sick, because these people who are protesting are barely wearing masks. And it's crazy. Like, and then you got Florida too. I'm hearing reports like Florida opened up their beaches and there's like groups of people still going to the beaches. That's wild. So what do you expect from Trump supporters? Exactly. I mean, wow. I mean, and then, they're saying that the president is supporting them for these protests. I'm like, it's a little, I don't think he should be doing that at a time like this. But hey, I digress. So yeah, listen, don't be these people. Don't be these people who are out there protesting because they don't want to stay at home and they want to go back to work. Just look at the numbers, look at the facts. This virus, people, it doesn't matter if you're, and I'm sorry for you Christian folk out there who claim to say, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. He will protect me because his blood will protect me from the virus. No. There's already one I heard about a bishop who had a congregation of, had his congregation come to his church or whatever case may be, and said that God is going to protect him from this virus, and sure enough, he had the virus and died. That is sad. I mean, it's a little ignorant, but still, it's sad because he lost his life, and no one should lose their life over this virus, especially if you are like a Trump supporter or whoever. You shouldn't. Please just stay indoors. If you're the type of person that's just looking at me and you're sitting down, you're laughing and say, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I live in New York City area. We're basically the epicenter. Massive people have died from this disease, from this virus. It's not a joke. And I'm indoors right now. You don't see me going out there protesting, go back to work. No one is. No one's doing that here because it's too dangerous. And we see the numbers. We see the facts. Our governor, he just updated us. It was like a half hour to an hour update. Normally he does like an hour to 2 hours. But this was pretty short, but he was keeping us posted because he has to go to Washington, I guess, to, do whatever it is he has to do in Washington about this issue. So please, if you live in Florida and you're watching this, don't go to the beach. Don't go to work. Are you mad? Don't be those people going to the beach. And right now they could be spreading it to others and not know it. It doesn't even matter if you're wearing these little surgical masks. It's, just stop. just be smart. Just be smart. But anyways, guys, listen. I'm happy that you guys, or some of you, not most, all of you didn't make it, and I can understand. Not a lot of people showed up to the stream. It's cool. I get it. It's fine. People got things to do. They got to go grocery shopping. They got to take care of the kids and take care of the family. I get it. You guys have a lot of other things you have to do. You got responsibilities and around the house. You're trying to keep the kids in order, trying to keep them, busy. I get it. It's cool. It is what it is. You can tune in later on and watch the playback of this video, and you guys can let me know what you think. Also, let me know in the comment section down below how you guys are, how's everybody doing? Let me know if you're doing okay. Let me know how things are working out for you in your neighborhood, in your community, what's going on in your community. Let me know. We all want to know. We want to keep contact with one another and, be there. Try to be there for one another in a sense. All right. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to get all the latest news on tool reviews, tool news, tool deals, tool review videos, live streams, whatever on my channel. So who's here? Oh, Teal's here. Hey, my friend Ron Teal. He's a close friend of mine over in high school. What's up, buddy? He says Poppy is here. Poppy is always here. Conan Man says, why you think I'm at home. My wife laughing about people going to the beach, and she's a nail tech in Georgia's opening up nail salons. He's like going away in hell. Wow. Yeah, I've heard about that. The governor of Georgia, I think, or was it mayor or the governor? One of the two. He's just, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's crazy. Why he says he doesn't give a damn about politics, but dude, I don't know. Just don't open. Why are you gonna put so many people's lives in danger when this is still a serious issue, man? This is crazy. Why you don't open up businesses until like we get the numbers and get the facts from the scientists and all that. And we want to be informed and see if we can open up states again. Let's hold out until we get the facts and numbers and see how this thing is, like, see if this thing is going away or not. We need to know. And I get it, man. Like, these Republican governors, I get it. They want to make money. They want to go they're and it's not just them, it's everyone. They want to go back. But then, you got people like myself, you, who are staying home, we're taking it seriously. We want to go back to work, but we don't want to catch a disease, this virus. Like, we don't want to get sick, and die. So don't be those people. That's all. So Teal says, finish paying some bills. Nice, dude. Finish off my credit cards. Always feels so good. Doesn't it feel so good, bro? It does. Paying your bills, man. That's like, oh, it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling. When you get paid and you got the money, you're like, time to pay off these bills, man. When you do it, you just feel like the king of the world sometimes. Well, anyways, guys, listen, I'm not gonna play the outro because the outro is kind of like for my tool review videos or recorded videos. So I'm gonna go ahead straight to the music. Listen, as always, I appreciate every single one of you being here, hanging out with me during this COVID-19. Now, if you haven't, and you're watching this, well, I'm glad you're watching the playback of this, and I hope that you're doing well, your family's doing well, and your friends, family, whoever you may know is doing well and not being affected by this as much. And just because I know we're all being affected, we're all affected by this because we lost jobs and so forth, but hopefully we're all keeping busy and we're keeping our minds straight, sane, and hopefully you're not going at each other's throats at home with family members, because I can understand how bad it could be if you're all cooped up with your family. Try to figure ways out to keep yourselves entertained. Board games or your own personal games. You can make up your own board game if you want to. Like, call it whatever you want. Have fun with it. Be creative. Yes, you too, Conan Man Studio. You take care. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Again, I appreciate you all being here, watching, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping things in perspective in a sense, I guess. And, as always remember, if you're in construction, you're still working out there during this pandemic, wear your personal protective equipment, watch each other's back, help one another out. Wash your hands, keep your mask on, stay 6 feet apart, practice safe social distancing, and I'll see you guys next time.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.